Hi everyone.
Hey guys, welcome to Binge
Obit, where he talks
and She Talks.
and we eat.
Today we have a feast as well, so
Firstly, happy Ganesh Chaturthi everyone.
happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone. We all have an amazing feast and
May you be blessed because
Yeah,
it
may you
is
be blessed.
the birthday of Lord Ganesha, who's also known as Ganesh, Ganapati, and as they all say, Ganapati Bappa Moria. So today we've definitely been blessed, and we were lucky enough to go to a temple this morning for the very first time.
yes, we got showered with amazing blessings. We looked at the
I think
temple.
you should be a little louder.
We looked at the temple. The crowd there was very civilized, I might say.
I wouldn't say civilized, wrong word.
No, civilized as in they kept,
You know,
they kept
I
their
think
norms,
the-
as in the social distancing
Yeah,
part
so
of
I
it
think
was,
what Sean's trying
yeah.
to say is with this pandemic, it's been brilliant because we've got to see, we got into a temple really easily
Mm-hmm.
because at this particular time, everyone wants to go up, everyone wants to see things, everyone wants to get an experience, everyone wants the blessings of Lord Ganesha, and we were really fortunate enough today. So this is a big thank you to Sri Maha Ganapati Temple in Chikpet, and a shout out
Maleshwar, Chikpet.
Maleshwaram
Maleshwaram,
Chikpet.
Chikpet.
Both, yeah.
Wrong
It's
about
somewhere in between. And this is a shout out, especially thank you so much, Soups.
Yeah, so thank you so much for getting all of this sorted out. There are a couple of people that we'd like to thank as well. With
As
regards-
we go
as
on.
we go on.
So today's show, we usually do desserts, we usually do cakes on a Saturday, as you all are aware. But today was something different. We had a mishap which turned out to be a blessing in disguise, a true blessing. And you know what they say? They say you got friends like family, and we definitely do.
Yes, the guys are very supportive. This was everything that you see here was all last minute, and the guys that we got in touch with were very, very kind enough to help out, and we are like she said, we are blessed to have friends that treat us the way they do. So thank you guys for everything, and we
We've
have
got
some.
a lot of things to start off with. So guys, today you need to look at the next post for photos of what we're eating because we've got some really amazing stuff.
And we've got lots of it as well.
Yeah, some of it is prasad from Sri Maha Ganapati Temple. Some of it is friends' homes, and one really nice thing is that people actually fast before they can eat. So they do the
Yes.
puja.
So they do the cooking.
They do
They
the
do the
cooking. They
cooking.
don't
No
taste it.
tasting at all. None of this food that is cooked has been tasted. Once that's done, they do the puja. They offer it to Lord Ganesha, and
Yep.
only then do they actually taste the food.
Yep.
So all of this is just on intuition. Nothing is tasted,
Yep.
and we are looking to dig into this and have.
Okay, in advance, I'm gonna be pronouncing things for the first time. We're gonna be tasting things for the first time. If I say it wrong, feel free to criticize. Feel
She's
free
already started to get that
correct
right.
me. Yeah. So we've got a spread of konkani, which is Mangalorean and Kannadiga cuisine here, which is so Ganesh Chaturthi is usually celebrated by the Maharashtrians and the Konkani people, but it's also a massive show of pomp and zeal across India.
Yeah.
We are going to be digging into. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we've got a really brilliant thali for each of us, and if we turn it, it's going to be falling
Yeah, it's gonna.
out.
You like Rebecca said earlier in the video, you guys are gonna get photos of what we are having here. We cannot tilt them around. I mean, tilt them over for you guys to see what it is. So sorry about that.
Okay, and also for people who are going to say how shameless she's using a book, yes, I do have notes because there are words I can't pronounce and it's a first time for all of us. So do excuse me, but trust me, these will work to my advantage. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we're going to be starting with something known as the kotte or the koto idli. Correct?
It's called kote or koto idli.
And this is special because this particular idli is steamed in jackfruit leaves. So it is something similar to what you would find on Mysore roll, but you know, the ones that you keep rolling out. But this is something very, very different. It is a speciality. It is a Mangalorean speciality as well, a Konkani speciality as they would say. And one good thing is we get to unwrap it and it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can get the smell of the jackfruit leaves. And if you look at this,
Guys, this is what it looks like.
this is what your idli looks like. It is gorgeous. It's so pretty.
It looks very, very beautiful. It's so soft. Yes, it is. It's got that softness to it. Idlis, guys, is
Rice dumplings.
steamed rice dumplings. For the guys that don't know what idlis are, made with a blend of boiled. I think it's made with a blend.
Rice mixture.
Yes, it's they say short grain rice, broken rice, if I'm right, and a few other things which I'm not quite
Okay,
aware
so
of.
this is the
idlis.
chutney. Oh wow.
Oh, actually,
You don't eat with a spoon.
no, my idli broke inside.
Okay, the idlis are fluffy. The chutney is nice and pungent. We've also got a kind of sambar or a curry that they usually eat. It's not a sambar, sorry. It has got dal in it. It has got brinjal. It is a vibrant red. Please wait for our next post to see the stuff we're eating. Because if we tilt the plates, things are going to start falling. It is really, really nice, but
The chutney has definitely got coconut in it.
yeah.
It's got a bit of heat, a bit of spice. It's also got that tangy hint of sour, a hint of sour taste that comes through with it. It feels, it tastes really, really good, is what I would say. I still haven't tasted it with the gravy, so
You need to taste it with that. As Sean rightfully said, the chutney's got a hint of coconut, but if you notice today, I've noticed that coconut, jaggery, and wheat or even rice flour are the main elements used in most of today's
it's
meals.
also got chickpeas in it.
It does. And the one thing that I wanted to tell you all about this particular thing is, if you look at our statue, we've got a really cute little idol, which was a gift from the temple as well. You will always find that Lord Ganesha either has a modak in his hand, this is a modak, or in front of him, and that is his favorite sweet. So he's also known as Modak Priya, which, yes, Google helped me with some of this info, but it is really nice to learn about new stuff. We've also realized that his favorite sweet was, beside the modak, was the motichur laddu, which we also have.
Yep.
So guys, we've got a lot in front of us and we're going to be trying things one after the other.
Yeah, guys, we're just gonna keep going on with one after the other. So while I'm eating, she will talk. While she's eating, I will talk. Moving back to the idlis. Idli, right? The idli with the sambar. It's got that. It's got a lovely, lovely spice to it. It's not. None of the spices are overwhelming. It's got a good blend of spices. Looking at the fact that this is cooked without it being tasted is actually really good. As in, their ingredients need to be on point. There is no way for them to put a little extra of this or a little less of that. Everything needs to be perfect. Because this is not only being served to a few individuals, this will be served to hundreds of individuals. And trust me, the sambar is perfect. It's got the brinjal is cooked to perfection. The chickpeas are boiled to tender goodness. It's not mushy.
Yeah, but
It's got a nice crunch to it.
It doesn't have a crunch.
Not
to it.
crunch. It's got a nice bite to it. It's got a nice bite.
It's got a nice hard outer. I wouldn't say bite to it. It's got a hard outer and like a softer inner. It's not bite. Like, okay, never mind. Moving on. So I tasted the bisi bele bath. There you go. Or you can use your other spoon. So the bisi bele bath was part of the prasad. Was the main prasad at the temple. And we were really lucky, we were really blessed, I would say, to receive 2 massive pots of this. Again, thank you so much, Soups. Firstly, the first thing that hits you in your mouth is the ghee. It's the nice coating of ghee. You can taste the peas, you can taste, it's got a nice spice to it. You can taste the chili, beans, pumpkin. It's got a lot of veggies. It's
Yes,
got a
it
lot,
does.
but it's got a really, really nice taste.
Wow, this bisi bele bath is like something. Guys, let me tell you one thing. This bisi bele bath right now is something that we're eating right now is something we got earlier today, early in the morning is when we received it. It tastes phenomenal. Seriously, this was a part of the prasadam that we received, which again is being served to hundreds and hundreds of people without it being tasted. Taste spot on. Spices amazing, tasty goodness. Rice cooked to a point where it's slightly overcooked, which is what a bisi bele bath is supposed to be. You can definitely taste the ghee. The first thing that comes out is that the ghee just hits you flush in the face, which is a good thing. It's got a sweet spiciness to it. One from the spices you've got curry leaf, you've got bay leaves, you've got tomatoes, onions, peas, cauliflower, everything put into this. So you get the sweetness of the vegetables, you get the spiciness from the masalas. Nothing is overpowering. Everything is so well balanced, and it tastes really, really good. Like I said, sorry. These things are not something that they taste and while they are cooking it. It's just made with the perfect ingredients. Nothing is mixed. There is no innovation. It's just recipes passed down from generation to
Yeah.
generation.
I think if you want real heritage food, this is the best time because for us especially who have very, very little knowledge of this particular festival food, be it from the different parts of India, and I mean with regards to
We've always grown up to see how colorful the festival
Yeah.
is.
we've always been dancing
Yeah,
at the festival.
we've seen a lot of people dancing, enjoying themselves throughout these 7 days.
Yeah.
All through
10
this.
days.
All through these 10 days, they just keep enjoying themselves. It's a festival of colors, enjoyment.
You know, a lot of people, we would typically think of the Ganesha festival where you would see massive trucks going by with idols of different sizes. They could be miniature ones, they could be the biggest monstrous size you've ever seen. And I mean gigantic.
Yeah, 15, 20 foot
Yeah.
idols.
And we used to go all the way to Also Lake especially to see them being immersed. This year with the pandemic, it's a bit of a different festival, but I think it's one of the best times because you've got all the family together, and it calls for handing down recipes, teaching kids new techniques, teaching them new foods, introducing people like us to the authentic, typical festival food, and it's just a time. It's an eye opener.
This is just authentic food that is cooked to amazing goodness. Seriously, guys, it is a first for us. I personally did not know what I'm getting myself into. All of this is what I'm tasting for the first time. but so far it's been a hit.
Yeah.
I'm loving the food, and I think we move on to the next bit.
Okay, so the next thing, so the things that we've tasted beside the Bisi Beli Bath, which was the idli, and now we're going to be doing this thing called the patoli in Konkani, or it's also known as the kadabu. And this is basically, if you notice, these are turmeric leaves.
Oh,
So
yeah?
so this is cooked in turmeric leaves, and if I know it's bad to smell food, but if you smell it, the aroma of this is really distinct,
got
and
coconut.
it gives you, yes, the inside of this is basically a coconut and jaggery filling. You could say it's been minced, but it is absolutely beautiful. So I've seen a lot of my mangi friends making this with their mums, and I've always wondered what it tastes like, and honestly today is the first day where I'm going to be tasting it too. So by judging by Sean's expression, he is enjoying it. The texture for me is a bit rubbery when you feel it. It has got a rubbery texture, but you can see the jaggery and the coconut oozing out. Do you plan on talking? Or they're going to say I'm going to be talking all the time?
Wow.
Oh.
It's got a very, yes, it's got a rubbery texture as soon as you touch. But when you touch it, when you bite into it, it's smooth, more like a very how would I call it? Like a neem dosa type of feel.
Yeah. If you all have tasted neem dosa, I'm sure you'll know what the texture of neem dosa is.
For the guys that actually tasted neem dosa, it's again made with rice flour, alright, but with a lot of water, and this is steamed. It's not. It is steamed in these turmeric leaves. You can definitely taste the turmeric.
Yeah.
You can definitely taste the turmeric. The sweetness of the jaggery. For you guys that don't know what jaggery is, it's brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taste of the brown sugar jaggery as we know it, together with the coconut, and you can taste. There is a bit of. There is a zing in it, if I may add.
So
with
the taste is very different because it is from the leaves. That's why you've got a very authentic, different kind of taste.
That's why I said the turmeric leaf adds to the flavor.
Another thing is, a lot of people, so they call Ganesha the Lord of the Sweets because he loved sweets. And if you realize, we've said that whatever we've got has jaggery in it. And if you want to know why, it's because jaggery is a slow sugar, as opposed to sugar which gives you is a slow sweetener. Sugar gives you a rush when you eat it, and it's got like a burst.
Yeah, but this one's got a very
with regards to
mellow.
jaggery, it takes a longer time. So it's always a better.
There's
sweetener.
always a build up to that sweetness, that hit of sweet taste that you get towards the end of it.
Okay, so we've got the next thing.
Sorry guys, I just don't know what is what. I'm going
to be giving the names because I've got them written down, so everybody is going to look at me glancing. So this is called tukudi in Konkani, which is also known as shankarpalli, which is basically wheat and rice flour. You also get this at Christmas time, but I'm not too sure what it's called. We call them sweet diamonds.
Sweet diamonds it is.
Sorry, they're not sweet. They got a nice. They're like a biscuit and a chip. They're like
A biscuit chip.
they're like a chip skit. They are really nice. They're very simple, but they've got a nice taste. You need to taste it.
You need to talk about it.
Okay. As I said, it's a mix between a biscuit and a chip. It's got It's got a really nice texture. It's not salty. It's not sweet. It's not bland. I think it's a confusion basically.
It's one of these things that you can keep eating.
I
That's what it
agree.
is.
But that's not what we're here for. We're here to tell people what we're eating and why they should try it. It's got an interesting take to it, doesn't it?
Wow. Well, it's made with wheat and rice.
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. It's got a very light crunch to it, like it's like a chip that is not cooked in heaps or loads of oil. It's a very light baked kind of a feel. That
Yeah.
it has.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's got
Stop
it's
going
got
on taking it.
it. Guys, I really love this. It's got an amazing texture. What is this called? A long time.
Tukudi.
the tukdi. Alright, the tukdi is got an amazing texture. It's very savory, guys. It's got a very neutral. It's got a very neutral taste. There's not too much of flavors from it. It's basically wheat and rice that is ground together and cooked. Alright.
Okay, I think we need to move on because you won't have enough time to finish up everything.
Yeah, guys. I personally love this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna eat it.
You know what I think we can do? We can each do one different item because there are too many things.
Okay. I really like.
Okay, so this is called the appo in Konkani, or it's also called padu, or it's also called fritters.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is made of wheat, coconut, jaggery, and it is, of course, made with ghee. And I think that's the love of everything.
That's a lot of ghee. Oh, wow. Woo.
Do you want water? There's water there.
No.
Okay, as we said, guys, this is the first time we're going to be tasting things. Some of our reactions may be, wow, ooh, ow. Take no offense to it. It's just that everyone's palate's different. Maybe I'd like it, maybe Sean won't. Maybe you'd love it. Ooh. So I love this because you can see the amount of jaggery. Again, it is another sort of rubbery kind of sweet on the outside.
And this is a sweet dish, guys. The ghee just hits you. Like,
No, it doesn't.
for me, it's a lot of ghee.
Okay, so for Sean, as I
I'm not a
said,
person who likes ghee.
I'm a person who loves ghee.
Okay, so for me, it was right up the
Oh wow.
noggin. But as I was chewing onto it, as I was biting into it, tasting it, it's got the fritters has got a very nice sweet. Again, the jaggery is not like a.
Not too much.
It's not like
out
a.
there.
It's not like a out there kind of a sweetness. But the first thing that hit me was the ghee. All right. Next, it was the taste of the jaggery. It's got a very caramelized flavor towards a caramelized finish towards it is what I would say. The sweetness is more. The sweetness is more. What do I say? Yes, the sweetness is more refined towards the end of it, is what I would say. Besides the actual hit of the ghee, I'm not a big fan of ghee, guys. I've just only learned to eat ghee. Never a big fan of it growing up, but I've
I love
just
it.
learned to get used to it. Overall, it's got a very, it's got that taste that is very, very refined. That just keeps getting deeper and deeper and more pronounced as you bite into it, is what I would say. But overall, I like the texture. It does feel rubbery at the touch, but when you bite into it, it's a mixture of flavors. You can get the spices from it as well, and I've loved it.
Okay. We're not going to be doing. I bit into this just to cut the taste because of the sweetness. This is kudbele. Kodubele? Kodubele.
Kodubele.
Kodubele. And I love these
Once again, guys, if you're pronouncing it incorrectly, please forgive us. You can always correct us. I know you can't correct us by telling us what it's spelled. I mean, telling us what the spelling is. But you guys need to excuse us if we do pronounce it incorrectly. Yes, we're right.
Okay, so the reason I had invited this is everyone knows what Kodubele is. Everyone knows what Murkus, Murkus and Chapris are. This is one kind.
It's not Muklu.
This is the second. I said Murkus. This is the second kind.
And this is the third kind.
These are just goodness. These are salty goodness, deep fried. Again, this is oil, but it is something we need every Saturday for sure. And you can find them in chip shops. You can make them at home. But these are good. Okay, I found this. You can. I'm gonna go into the next one and then tell you what it is. Okay, Subbu, since you're watching, what is this one called? This is from you. As part of the prasad, could you please tell me what it's called? Go ahead.
This is called Kodubele, right?
Kodubele.
Kodubele, sorry. The Kodubele, sorry guys, I don't know the Indian terminology. I know it as, sorry, I've grown up calling this Murku. This and this was also called Murku. Alright. This is lentils.
Oh, sorry. So this is the kadabu. That was the patoli. Sorry, everyone.
This is patoli.
No, that's the kodubele.
Okay.
This is the patoli.
Okay.
And this is the kadabu. Okay, go ahead.
Alright. So this is made with lentils or lentil flour. Alright, this base is made with flour, that is ground lentils. Alright. Mixed with salt, a bit of spices, and water is added to it, and then they make this nice mixture which is then deep fried. It is something that a lot of Indians enjoy, me included. I haven't had it in a long time, but this is just good. It's got a good crunch to it. It's not, but at the same time, it's kind of, with that crunch, it's not overly crunchy or overly hard. By the looks of it, sometimes it can look like it's very hard, but then it's got that nice brittle bite.
Yeah.
Alright, it just breaks down when you're chewing into it. Amazing spices, again, flavors are spot on. Like we would always this thing, and I know Rebecca's waiting to talk about
The kadabu.
the kadabu.
Oh my god. Guys, okay, I've never had this before. It was a first time for me. Most of this was the first time for me. But this is really, really nice. It's very, very different. Hence, I made that face. It is really, really nice. Okay, so this is basically batter that has been deep fried. And it is wheat flour. Yeah, this is wheat flour as well. This has got a nice sweetness to it. If you haven't tried this, get a friend who makes these. Trust me, it is really, really nice. It's there are sugar crystals in this, and the ghee,
Is that coconut in it?
a little bit, but you can't taste it.
No, you can.
Not too much.
No. As you can taste. Sorry, so if there's coconut in this, I may be right, I may be wrong.
It is, you're right.
Yeah? Oh wow.
It's lovely.
Wow, guys. Trust me, this is an experience like no other. If you guys haven't tasted the kadabu, if you guys haven't tasted the kadabu, you guys really need to go and taste it. It is amazing, sweet, fried goodness. It's got a massive crunch to it. Alright, once you bite into it, when I looked at it, it reminded me of what do I call the fritters that we used
Yeah.
to get.
Panyarams.
Not panyarams, the fritters that we used to get fried with
Are you called
this thing, puff like thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like fritters is what we used to call it. Some people call it different things.
I think
It
we
was
used to
like
call
fried
them-
puff.
Yeah, it was fried puffs. You
Deep
could say
fried puffs. Yeah. Some of them used to have different things in it, different variety of meats
Yeah.
or sweet coconut, whatever it is. But this guy, I was expecting something like that with something to be filled on the inside. But no, it's just puffed up. It's got a massive crunch to it, but you get all of those flavors one after the other. It's like a cycle of flavors that keep running around
Yeah.
in your mouth. Amazing, amazing texture. Crunchy.
Yeah. It is good.
It's got a good bite to it. It's got that wow factor in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
It's something that
Okay, I think we need to drink a bit of water because we're going to be trying more sweet stuff.
your water is there.
Yeah, mine's here. I've already had mine. Okay, guys. So we've got 4 more things, but you'll all know what an uppit is.
Nippat.
Nippat.
Uppit.
Oh, uppit is different. Sorry.
This is
Nippat.
called a nippat, guys. It again is made with lentils, flour, a mixture of spices. It's got a good crunch to it, but
Yeah.
this is more savory than sweet.
It is really, really nice. Okay. We've got a Channa Bella Payasa,
Alright.
which is a payasa, which happens to be a kind of kheer made with sabudana, jaggery,
Oh, okay.
chana dal, and sweet potato.
Wow. Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, guys, it looks lovely. It's got cashews in it. It's got a nice milky texture. It's got a jaggery coloring, which is a natural coloring.
Wow. The jaggery, of course, gives it a very subtle sweetness. You have the chana dal that gives it a coating on your palate. Well, all lentils do. They give it that nice thick coating on your palate. The cashews add to that crunch.
Okay, I really didn't get a good taste of it because the spoon was in the way. Oh, that is nice.
Like guys, as all keys are, it's got that nice texture. It's got that creaminess, the crunch from the cashews, which is cooked with it. So the cashews are not as in crunch. It's got that very subtle kind of a crunch to it. Mellow flavors, everything blended to perfection. Amazing. Not overpowering sweetness, which
Yeah,
a lot of people like. Some people don't.
I like this.
But this is good. This is really good, guys.
Okay, we've got the next thing. Sorry guys, we're moving, but we need to kind of finish up. So this happens to be Ganapati's favorite and Lord Ganesha's favorite. And if you notice photos, he's got one of these in one of his 4 hands. These are the motichur laddus made from bundi. You've got pumpkin seeds, am I right? Pumpkin seeds in it and a bit of spice.
Wow.
Oh wow. That is a really, really nice laddu. I can tell why it's one of his favorites. You can taste the bundi, you can taste the seeds, you can
The pumpkin seeds give
Yeah.
it that it cuts the sweetness a bit, but the sweetness is still there.
Ooh, yeah, that is sweet.
The spices, the spices are not overpowering. It's very
Yeah.
subtle.
But it's sweet.
It is sweet, guys. It's really sweet. But it's very. With that sweetness comes a lot of other flavors as
Yeah.
well. You can taste the spices. The bundi adds to the sweetness.
That's true.
Both the guys, you get both sweet and savory.
Yeah.
All right. But this is soaked in sugar syrup,
Yeah.
which gives it that extra boom of sweetness.
It's a momo, right? Yeah.
That was sweet for me, but again, guys, it is amazing. This is all cooked to what do I say? For this festival.
Yeah.
Um,
So there are things that have been made at home. There are things that have been made in the house for the temple, for the prasad. And firstly, for what we've already had for the prasad, the bisi bele baat, the chaklis, the kadubu, the nipat.
The
Thank
murku.
you. The chaklis. Yeah.
chutneys.
Thank you so
and
much, Soups.
Whatever this
No,
is.
wait, that's not Soups. Hold on. Thank you so much, Soups. It was really, really nice. Thank you for letting us come to your temple and get a very, very different feel.
We felt so invited. We felt so welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome, and we felt we really
It was
felt
a really nice feeling. It was really peaceful
it
as
was
well.
very touching as well.
So thank you so much, Soups, for that. Thank you so much for our little idol. We do appreciate it. We've always had one person who's always a phone call away, and even though she's not here, she's in Bombay, she gets things done for us. And she's always stood by us. She's been one of our biggest supporters. And even today, when to reach the 1,000, she put it up saying, you know what, you're going to do it. So, Pooja, thank you so much.
Pooja Ramurdeshwar, thank you so much for all the support, babe. You have been an amazing friend, and we love you with all our hearts.
Yes. I would have said something else. You already get me, but I'm not going to say that on camera. So,
Moving on.
Pooja, thank you. Pooja's mum made the payasa, she made the tukdi, and she made the appo. And I hope I
Oh,
said
thank
that
you,
right.
Auntie. Thank you so much, Auntie.
On the other hand, we can't forget about the pote idlis and the patoli. Thanks to Shreya Rao
Yeah,
and
thank
her
you,
mom.
Shreya Rao. Thank you, Auntie, again for this. It was amazing. We loved it. Thank you guys for being such big supports for us. This was something that came up last minute, but you guys obliged and you did what you were supposed to. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we've got the last one, which happens to be a really good friend of ours, who we saved the best for last because, after all, Lord Ganesha's favorite is the modak. And this happens to be by Choco. You all will see the post up after this. So, modaks are usually, go ahead, open it. Modaks are usually made of rice, so they look a lot like momos, but they are filled with jaggery and coconut.
She's bulletproof.
So this is a very different take on the modak. This is the chocolate modak. And for people who haven't seen or who haven't heard, Choco has been a constant friend of mine since college. We've grown up together, and she always comes through, especially when it comes down to something like this. And I think this is the festival of love, the festival of giving. And thank you so much, Choco. It was last minute, but I said, you know what, Sonam, I needed modaks. And she said, don't worry, we've got you covered. It is so pretty. You want to show them? Guys, this is the packaging.
Oh wow.
And
Oh wow.
we have the chocolate modaks. I'm sure you all can't see this. I'm going to try and get up and come show you all.
Wow, guys.
This is the chocolate modak. So, as we said before, modaks come in a variety of flavors. It's Lord Ganesha's favorite. He's also known as Modak Priya.
Guys, this is a
Because-
box of 5 that we got. It's chocolate modaks and it looks amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, wow.
It is chocolate and almond modaks. Okay guys, I have to tell you something here. From the time I've known this girl, her chocolates keep getting better. You probably see some of my posts with it. From chocolate covered biscuits to dark chocolate bars. Sticker chocolates, where the stickers are edibles on top, the pictures on top. And now modaks. And the best part is they're dark chocolate because she knows I love dark chocolate.
Oh, wow. Sonam, if you're there, please put your number. Guys, Choco, you guys need to try this. Almond and dark chocolate modaks. They are amazing. It's got that bittersweet chocolate, dark chocolate bittersweet taste. I would say it's a 50-50 of both.
Yeah.
And the almonds, the crunch of the almonds just add that extra,
It's very well balanced.
flavors. But overall, the balance is amazing.
Yeah.
Guys, I've tasted everything. Sorry I can't stay for too long. This is how our usual Saturday is. I have to get back to what
I think
was
we
food
are
on my-
signing off, but
Yeah.
firstly, thank you everyone. Thank you Sonam for the box of chocolate modaks. They were amazing. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We made it to 1,000 followers today.
Yeah, guys. So, thank you guys for being our backbone,
Yep.
our support, our pillar of support, our everything basically. Thank you so much for all of this. It wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the pandemic. So in one way, it's brought us a bit of good, and thank you guys so much for everything.
And I think we got our blessings as well with regards to good friends, good
Good
food.
food. What else? Family, everything is good. What else what else could we ask for? To be honest. So thank you guys for everything. I'm gonna sign off. Rebecca's gonna finish off with the rest, and you take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.
Alright, so of course I always end up signing off. Thank you guys so much for being a part of our journey till today. It's been 2 months, and again, thank you Sri Maha Ganapati Temple in Malleshwaram, Chikpet. Thank you to the Rao family. Thank you Pooja. Thank you Auntie Rupa. Thank you Shreya. Thank you Shreya's mom. Subhu. We are ever so grateful. Choco, who never fails to disappoint, gave us modaks, which happens to be, as I said, Lord Ganesha's favorite and mine too. It's been a lovely journey so far. The journey only gets better. Do tune in for more. We've got a different surprise tomorrow, and this time we're not at home. We're actually going out. We're leaving the 4 walls and heading out to do a review. Again, we are looking forward to all of this. A little bit of an announcement, guys. As we all know, the pandemic has been hard for a couple of people, and some of the people who it has hit is this particular home called the Little Sisters of the Poor, also known as the Home for the Aged on Hosur Road. If you can do anything, no one's forcing you. We'd leave details of their accounts. If you can send them even the smallest of amounts, it's fine. They've got old people there, they're looking after them, and I think they have had a couple of positive cases, which is really sad considering their ages and the people they're looking after. The nuns usually go around. They are missionaries. They've done this for the longest time. If you've been at their fairs, you've enjoyed yourselves like we have. If you've grown up with them, if you haven't, it's always a good thing to help them out, because as you can see, a little drop of water, a little grain of sand can make a mighty ocean and a pleasant land. So help out in whatever way you can. Pass the message on. That's also a great deal of help. But thank you so much once again. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi. We hope you had a brilliant day. We kind of stretched a bit today and hence Sean had to leave. But thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget, we're on tomorrow. We've got new food, something very different, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to showcase the variety of foods that we've got for Ganesh Chaturthi especially. So do tune in tomorrow. Till then, spread the love, stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy, and we shall see you soon. Bye. Mwah.